Let's go to Gabriel from Albany, New York. Gabriel, welcome.
Hey David, how's it going?
It's going well.
Good. Um, I just had a question because I live in upstate New York,
Yep.
and as you know, this is a pretty rural Republican area,
Oh, yeah.
at least in the more rural aspects. But there's a lot of people in my surrounding circles that I've considered like kind and especially intelligent people,
Hmm.
as long as I've known them, who have really fallen prey to a lot of the current rhetoric surrounding the Republican Party.
Yes.
What do you think really changed in the past probably 10 years? Because they often spout as an example of why they don't trust the government as like, oh, as you grow older, you just see that you don't trust the government more. Why do you think there's been such a massive distrust in government that makes people just like from skeptical to like completely conspiratorial?
There has been an overt campaign from the right to say you can't trust the government, you shouldn't trust the government can't be trusted. And of course, as most reasonable people know, there are certain things that it makes total sense to have governments involved in. And there are other areas where it's perfectly fine to let basically markets allocate, direct the allocation of resources. But it's been the following combination, if we zoom out, is what I would say: declining education, partisan media, filter bubbles and echo chambers that are self reinforcing on social media, and a complete abandonment of policy by the American right wing, and a replacement with exactly the types of bullet points and talking points that you're talking about. In sum total, that's a lot working against us. Hello.
That makes sense. Yeah.
All right, Gabriel from Albany, thank you very much for the call. We're just hearing from a few people. We had a guest cancellation, and it lets us get on the phone and hear from a variety of great people. Let's go to Eric from Long Island. Eric, welcome to the show. What's on your mind today?
Oh, hi, David. How's it going?
It's going well.
Yeah, so thanks for doing this last minute, I suppose. I didn't have too much to say today, but I'm sure you saw the news about how Clarence Thomas is starting to cover for Lindsey Graham in Georgia.
Yeah.
Did you have anything you wanted to say about that, or is that going to get covered on today's show?
It's the top story on today's show, which of course you wouldn't know because you are on today's show right now, and it becomes sort of this endless feedback loop. No, listen, Clarence Thomas's wife is an election denier, a January 6th adjacent individual, in touch with all sorts of players in the insurrection and the riots. And like I said at the top of the show, I won't repeat myself fully, but he should have nothing to do with any legal decisions, even remotely connected to the November of 2020 election. It's insane that he does.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And it's actually quite frightening how they're actually doing all of this in broad daylight, and it seems like there's not much we can do about it.
It feels like there's very little we can do about it. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
All
Thanks
right,
for
my
kicking me
friend.
off, David.
Thank you very much. Appreciate that.